our channel. My name is Samantha.
My name is Ryan.
We are so happy to have you here.
So happy.
Today we are going to be playing a little game that we have decided to call Disagree to Agree. Now, you might recognize this format from a very popular video containing one Tom Holland and one Zendaya.
No, theirs is called Agree to Disagree. This is totally different. You can tell because the verbs in our title are in a different order.
Yeah, so Ryan, tell us the premise of what we're going to do today.
So we have these lines on the table and they indicate certain positions from strongly agree all the way to strongly disagree. Samantha is going to read some statements. We are going to use these totems. Sam is drinking Diet Coke, so hers is Diet Coke. I was not thirsty, so I have these 75% alcohol wipes as my totem. And we're going to place these on the lines that we feel indicate our positions on the statements read by Samantha. The topic at hand today is the internet, which, if you aren't familiar, is the thing you're using to watch us right now.
So let's just get into it. You will see how this works as we do it. Ryan, are you ready for the first statement?
So ready.
Here we go. Social media has ruined society.
Wow.
Starting off strong, folks.
Alright, so you said agree and I said disagree. And honestly, I can be very fast with this. The reason that I said disagree, I didn't say strongly disagree because obviously social media is exacerbating a lot of problems. But I don't think it's creating any problems, I think it's exacerbating any problems. And if I'm completely honest, I think that social media has just accelerated what's been wrong with us as humans all along.
Wow. Sure, yeah. So I mean, I said agree because I wonder if those problems would be as severe today if we didn't have social media. I don't think that they would be. Ruin society is such strong language. Obviously, there's so much good. Yeah, obviously there's so much good that can come from social media, but and this is coming from someone whose entire job is on social media.
Yeah, both of our main income right now is social media.
And there is a lot of good that can come from it, but I think there are so many pieces of it that are just so detrimental to society in the way that it's made us communicate with each other. I think has ruined what society was.
Yeah, and it's really funny how it's had a disproportionate effect on both very young people and very old people. You know,
whereas everyone in the middle who kind of grew up with it as it was
is
developing.
just sort of what are you guys doing? But the kids are so lonely and the grown-ups are so angry.
Yeah.
Facebook and TikTok are just young people and old people going absolutely buck wild with these resources that I think accelerate what's already in them in the first place.
Interesting. Next statement. Kids shouldn't be on social media. Yeah, it's literally what you just said. Social media negatively affects developing human so much. It's the wild west of information, content, interaction with strangers. You never know what you're gonna get when you go on social media, and no matter how much these companies implement parental controls, it's not good.
No.
Even if we're protecting them from bad content, you can't protect kids from comparison, jealousy.
Right. And you can't protect them from that anyway.
Yeah.
But it is so much more of a manageable crisis of emotions to combat your child's comparison or jealousy issues amongst their peers at their school than the entire literal world at their fingertips.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of social phenomena that back this up. The concept K-Goy, kids getting older, younger. If you look at a picture of a 12-year-old from the 1990s and you look at a picture of a 12-year-old today, one looks like they're 18 and one looks like they're 8. That is a direct impact of the internet forcing children to feel like they have to present older to be taken seriously by algorithms that feed them to grown-ups who want to perceive them as such. Very dangerous. Teen suicide is up, teen relationships are down. These are not just flukes that happen to be trending in one particular direction. This is a cause and effect relationship between young people's emotions and their usage of the internet. And I personally am of the view, and I maybe have said this on this channel, but I know that I've said this publicly many times, I am of the view that social media is our generation's cigarettes.
Yes.
We're all smoking right now, and in 40 years we're going to be like, what were we thinking? Gives you anxiety, everyone around you gets anxiety, gives you depression, everyone around you.
Eating disorders,
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And the internet is an amazing thing, and again, we both make our livelihood in part from the internet, and it's not like it has to go away completely, but it's either a weapon or a tool, and there's a reason that people tell children to stay away from knives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tool, but you can also hurt yourself if you don't know how to use it. So until you're old enough to understand the responsibility of wielding something, don't touch it.
Don't touch the knife.
Why don't we have that same sort of relationship with digital tools or weapons?
I think we should.
Yeah.
So just a quick addition to this statement as well. Not only should kids not be on social media, in my opinion, parents shouldn't make their children social media and when parents
adult monitored account, all tweets are the parents.
Why? What's the purpose?
Just don't have one.
Just don't have one. Just let your kid not be on social media. Just don't post. Just don't create an Instagram account for your 2-year-old.
Yes.
Don't make an influencer baby. I'm okay with putting this statement on the internet.
Yeah.
Your child is not an influencer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ready?
Yes.
The internet has made it easier to find information.
Yeah. The only thing that I struggle with is the word information, because the internet has also made it very easy to find dis and misinformation. The internet has made it very easy to live in an echo chamber constructed entirely of false truths or blatant lies. The crazy person in the town square shouting about the earth being flat was an army of one. Now it's an army of thousands because they can find each other. And so on one hand, it has made it so much easier to find other things that isn't information, but that doesn't discount from the fact that it has made it so easy to find anything you're looking for.
That's a very interesting point. Just going off of the statement of has made it easier to find information, I feel like that's just a strong agree. If you have any question, you can find an answer. Now, my hope would be that it was a factual answer and the right answer. But yeah, when's the last time you opened an encyclopedia? Do you know what an encyclopedia is?
You can Google it right now.
Yeah, you can Google what it is. I remember being taught how to look for things in the encyclopedia in the school library, and that's not something you have to do anymore. I also remember the transition from going from learning how to read an encyclopedia to learning how to look things up on the computer in the
and
school
to
library.
verify that information and what a bibliography was.
Remember when you had to, oh my gosh, wow, you just unlocked a core memory. I remember doing reports in elementary and middle school, but you had to back it up with other sources from the library, whether it's an encyclopedia or whatever. Yeah, wow, fascinating.
And that goes into another conversation, which is about technological literacy and the difference between research and confirmation bias, the difference between looking up something to try to verify your point of view versus looking up something.
Oh yeah, today I looked up low-key hot to find an attractive picture of Tom Hiddleston looking very attractive instead of just looking up
Tom Hiddleston. And then clicking images,
Yeah.
Very interesting way to explain confirmation.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was going to come up with a different example.
Nope.
We'll stick with the Tom Hiddleston example.
But yeah, information, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next one. The metaverse won't be successful. So I am doing a lot of this out of hope. I do not want the metaverse to be successful.
Neither do I.
Yeah. And I'm also basing this off of the public discourse I've seen since all of the metaverse commercials during the Super Bowl and discussing the metaverse. Now, this might just be the internet silo algorithms have put me in, you know, seeing opinions that I agree with, but I genuinely don't know one person in my real life, and I have not seen this opinion from anyone that I like to have interaction with on the internet, that they are excited about the metaverse or think it's like a good idea, or that they want society to transition more and more into existing actually in a digital space. That sounds horrifying to me. Like, I agree that like social media is already a cigarette. So it's like, I don't want to
put acid in the cigarettes.
Yeah, put acid in the cigarettes. I don't want to put on a headset to go meet a digital rendering of my best friend's Bitmoji. Like, that's not, no, if anything, I would just FaceTime them. Like, I just don't.
And yet, I'm sure there were plenty of people saying of FaceTime, why would I FaceTime them? I'll just call them.
No, but I think this is different because one is like your actual friend, and the other is a cartoon version of your friends that you're talking to, or strangers online.
For now.
Like, yeah.
The reason that I put my totem here is because Facebook wasn't what it is until it was. Like, nothing pioneering in the technological space seems like a good idea at its inception, but the problem with technology as it stands in the inflection points of our life is that it's exponential. It starts very slow and then it shoots off, and it doubles in size at a frequency almost incalculable. When you look at advancements in digital socialization over the past, especially I would say 2 decades, there is nothing that we've said no to. There's nothing that we've said no to. So the metaverse looks stupid right now because it's the beta. But when the metaverse is to scale and fixes its bugs and has an entire team of billions of resources, the likes of which Facebook can absolutely afford, we won't say no to it. Because we never have. We have never said, oh cool, an advancement of technology. No, we're good. We like it where it is. We have never said that.
I understand that. I mean, some people I think have.
Some people, yeah, of
but
course.
I want to be one of those people who just like, yeah, I can like see and acknowledge like how cool the tech of the metaverse is, but like I only want to use that tech to play Beat Saber. Like I'm not trying to like have my social.
Think of where you work. I mean, if for whatever reason Facebook does a deal with Google, who owns YouTube, where you publish your content, and says we are going to give you billions of dollars to allocate to the creators who are the most successful on your platform to engage people in metaverse content via YouTube. And then your boss says, Project 863 is going to the metaverse. It doesn't matter how you feel about the metaverse, you will start creating that content. So there are, and you know, I was one of the first people to be like, TikTok looks stupid, I'm not doing this. Now I'm on TikTok because everyone's on TikTok. I'm an entertainer and I go where the bread is served. I want to agree, but I don't. We have never said no to the next technological advancement, and even though I genuinely think Mark Zuckerberg is to a human as a banana is to a spaceship, like, he has pioneered the way that we behave in the digital space so much, this will be his next crack at it, and the billions of dollars of resources and the cesspool of change makers that he has at his disposal will be leveraged to create that reality.
I think everything you just said was brilliant. It just made me sad.
Alright, what's the next question?
TikTok has the most efficient algorithm. Yeah, all I have to say about this is that efficient, intrusive, I don't know. But if I talk about something It will appear on my For You page. Once you are on TikTok enough, obviously when you sign up, it has to get to like know you. But I know that scrolling through my For You page, I will get pushed things I find interesting or informative or just entertaining, or like things I didn't even realize I wanted to try, but I actually do. It's insane. It's unlike any other social media experience I've had.
Well, the thing that's amazing about it too is that if you perchance are pushed something you don't want to see and you inform the algorithm of that, you will never see it again.
It's so
efficient,
intuitive, and efficient. It's the most efficient algorithm I've ever experienced, and I don't know how it works. But
it's incredibly efficient, and the UX, I mean the user experience, the platform is for the user. There's a bit of a nefarious take here because I'm always Mr. Dark Side of the Moon. When looking at efficiency, if you want to see what you want to see, the TikTok algorithm is the most efficient. The reason that I didn't say strongly agree is because if you see what Facebook wants you to see, then the Facebook algorithm is the most efficient. The TikTok algorithm is very efficient at showing you what you want to see. The Facebook algorithm is very efficient at showing you what it wants you to see, and that it tricks you into thinking it's what you want to see. And that is a very nefarious level of efficiency that because TikTok can't change my mind. I say, I don't want to see this, and I say, go away, and it says, we hear you, we'll show you something else. That is great user experience. That's a fantastic UX. Those developers should be very excited about that. If I tell Facebook, I don't want to see this, they find a way to show it to me anyway. And they keep doing it until I'm like, fine, I'll buy this toilet paper, or fine, the world is flat, or fine, I'll vote for so-and-so. Because most people who are on Facebook scroll through multiple football fields of newsfeed, and the algorithm doesn't stop giving you what it has decided you want based on the metrics of your age, sex, orientation, and location. Whereas TikTok will plug you into however many niches it needs to until you find the one you want, and then it will keep feeding it to you. There are different kinds of efficiency. If we're talking about user experience, TikTok takes the cake. If we're talking about what the people behind the veil are trying to negotiate in terms of eyeballs on content, Facebook might have it.
I think it's exactly what you said. It depends on what the algorithm is trying to accomplish, because another way of putting what you just said is think about what the main page on TikTok is called. For You page. The purpose of the algorithm is to increase your session time. They just want to keep showing you things that they know you're gonna like, and by that metric, by far the most successful algorithm in my opinion.
And Facebook's is called Newsfeed. And sometimes you get news you don't want to get, but you get it anyway because it's news.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Indeed.
Horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I should have known that this conversation about the internet was going to make me a little sad.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, how about that?
Yeah. A little sad, a little optimistic, but made me feel really smart.
Honestly, at the end of the day, we just want our eyeballs, and we just want to be smart people and talk to each other about things and use this very high production value table with tape on it to give our subscribers and viewers a holistically unique experience.
Yes, of course.
Because no one has ever put lines on a table and said, delineate your feelings on a matter by putting a totem on an agree to disagree spectrum. No one's ever done that before.
No, and definitely no one in the description of this video, Yeah. So, definitely don't check that out to make sure that you support whoever came up with this first. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We are so grateful that you spent some time with us today, and we hope you enjoyed our discussion and conversation.
The internet is terrible,
but it's also great.
Wonderful.
So keep making it a wonderful place, okay?
And ignore the things that make it terrible, because they'll be there whether you like it or not. On that note, we love the heck out of you, Daddy,
Yes.
and thank you so much for being here. Like Sam said, please like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if you have any ideas for this series, which we invented and no one else has ever done. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye!
Bye, Daddy.